out there, all you internet people? It's your bearded brothers, and we are back yet again with yet another sports podcast. I am, of course, the bearded brother Matt.
No.
That, of course, is my bearded brother Chris, and I'm certain he has with him the channel mascot.
He's under the table right now. He's doing his cave impression.
Oh, is that what Loki's up to now?
Yeah, well, no, he loves to hide in caves, small spaces. Right now, he's on my leg under my desk, so he's doing the I'm hiding in a cave impression.
I'm hiding in a cave.
Yeah, I don't know what he has with dark, cold spaces, but he loves dark, cold spaces. As a bird, it seems a little weird, but I don't know. Maybe his species likes to do that. I don't know.
Birds all have a personality. Maybe that's just his. Alrighty, so let's get started. We've got some news because the last few coaching positions have been filled. Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, last couple got filled. Let me see here. The Raiders did indeed complete a deal with Clint Kubiak. And he will now be their head coach moving forward. And the Cardinals completed a deal with... I can't remember his name.
Well, let me pull it up real quick, because that's what I was trying to do, but it was taking forever. So
Wasn't it the
Rams
offensive...
I finally got pulled it up.
Wasn't it the Rams
I think
OC?
it was... Yeah, that would have been LaFleur, the other LaFleur.
Yes, LaFleur. The other LaFleur. Mike LaFleur?
Was it that? I don't remember.
I want to say
Give me a
Mike.
second. It might be. Mike? Was it? No. I don't know. Was it Mike? Yeah, you're right. It was Mike. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and they also officially hired offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett.
Yes, they have hired Nathaniel Hackett.
Who's known for being friends with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. What else do you say about it? I really don't know.
And for a very bad one-year head coaching stint. I don't even think he made it the whole year, did he?
No, I think he made it the full year and the Broncos fired him at the end of the year. Yeah.
It was bad. Because they thought
it was
they
the
were
Broncos, right?
Well, it was the Broncos because the Broncos thought they could get Aaron Rodgers if they
they were hoping to get Rodgers if they hired Hackett. Yeah. I think he did make it the full year before he got fired. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people expected that he was going to get fired because, like, it was just so bad. It was just so bad.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. He couldn't manage a clock. Just so over his head.
Oh, apparently, the funny news about that, too, just as a side note, is that they hired him after he was previously expected to be the quarterback's coach in Miami.
Well,
he moved up in this world.
Also, other news that came in is former Washington Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury is joining the Rams coaching staff in some capacity.
Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to figure that out.
I think we all are. Because they didn't really say what he's going to do.
Yeah, because they hired their OC as Mike McDaniel, so why would you bring him in? I just don't...
Maybe he's going to be a QC?
I don't know.
I don't. I've stopped trying to figure it out at this point.
Maybe he's just going to be more like a... Maybe he's just going to work with the QB?
Maybe it's going to be assistant to the OC or assistant to the head coach.
They've done that before. They've done assistant head coach. He might be just one of those people that they just brought in to work specifically with, like, Herbert, maybe. Like, he's just going to work very closely with the quarterback, but he's not a quarterback's coach, if that makes sense.
No, I heard it was the Rams, not the Chargers.
Oh, the Rams. Really? I thought it was the Chargers. Was it the Rams?
Hold on.
I have to double check my work.
Yeah.
I don't I don't see him on my list even, so I don't know.
It just happened.
Um, do, 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 do.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
reportedly
Rams.
joined the
What?
Los Angeles Rams.
Joining their
Uh,
offensive coaching staff.
Yep, but they have not said exactly what his job is going to be.
I mean, so to be fair, they did just lose their OC, so
Yeah, but you would think that if they were hiring him to be the OC, they'd make a big deal of him being the OC.
Maybe they just haven't officially
McVay...
announced it. To be fair, the Rams haven't officially announced it, so maybe they're just waiting for them to officially announce that they're going to, but maybe that's... I don't know.
I know that he and Cliff Kingsbury have a very positive relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I have no idea what's going on.
I mean, it's... People are saying it might be for OC. Some people are saying it might not be for OC. So it doesn't seem like anyone really fucking knows.
I don't think they do.
We have to just wait until the Rams come out and say it, I guess. I don't know. It might be assistant head coach.
Could very well be.
They might be tapping because maybe he wants to try to find a head coaching gig. And so the next best thing to do is to tap him as assistant head coach so that he can go on next year to somebody. I don't know.
I will also say that there has been another coach departure. Brown's defensive coordinator, who got passed over,
just announced. Yeah,
Jim Schwartz is resigning from the Browns.
Yeah, and he even says that he doesn't plan on coaching in 2026.
No, he's going to take a year off.
Yep.
He officially said he's sitting out a year.
Yep.
Which, okay, and I don't know if we talked about it last time, but the Bills hired Joe Brady.
Yeah, I think we did talk about that. I mean, we got a couple other things we can talk about. Like, there's a lot of, like, OC and DC hirings that I'm just not going to go over that don't matter much.
Matt Nagy did get hired as an OC.
Matt Nagy did get hired as an OC for the Giants. That is confirmed.
Which, what?
I mean, if he's only as a coordinator, he's fine. I wouldn't say he's good. Does that make sense? He's very
Not
fine.
even, because look at, well, I mean, they had injuries, but look at the Chiefs.
I was going to say the Chiefs had so many injuries. You got to remember the year before that, when he was there, was pretty good, actually. So
it was all right.
That's why I said it's fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's kind of middle of the road fine. It's fine.
It'll be okay, I guess.
It'll be probably fine. Let me see here. Any, like, we got... Let me see here. I know we talked about the Dolphins having Jeff Hafley. We already got that.
Yep.
They did hire as their offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. So there's that.
I saw that, too. They took him away from the Ravens, I believe.
The Ravens, yep. Not necessarily bad.
No, not bad. Not great,
the 49ers,
but not bad.
The 49ers hired for their DC Raheem Morris. So they brought in Raheem Morris as for their defensive coordinator that left to go join the Titans as their head coach.
Yep, because Robert Saleh went to go join the Titans as the head coach, so Raheem Morris is over on the Niners. I almost want to say,
I don't think that's...
Again?
I'm pretty sure it's again, because he
I'm
was
pretty sure
Falcons.
It's again as well.
I'm pretty sure it was Falcons... was it Falcons, 49ers, Seahawks, back to Falcons, then back to the 49ers again?
Something like that.
He's just kind of circling these three teams, it feels like. We also have confirmation that the Raiders have finally found their head coach. It seems like they are hiring Clinton Kubiak as their head coach.
After the Super Bowl is done, Kubiak will be leaving and joining the Raiders as their new head coaching hire. And I think we talked about it, but I don't remember if we did. The Vikings fired Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah.
No, we didn't talk about it because that happened like the day after.
Yeah, that happened like the day after we recorded.
Literally the next day, yeah.
Yeah, the Vikings fired Kwesi. It's come out, apparently, that he's not as smart about football as people thought.
Well, apparently he was never really great at football, but he was good in the analytics. But the problem is there was a lot of football things he apparently, supposedly, this is all allegedly, but allegedly just didn't know. Like, apparently during the trade for like Hawkinson, like he had to sit down with KOC to be like, "Hey, is this a good trade?" And KOC was like, "Well, yes. A tight end of that caliber would be great for this offense. What do you mean?"
Yeah. So there's a lot of things I think that he was just overmatched with, and if you look at his draft classes, you kind of go, yeah.
However, I will say some of that is not necessarily on him. It might have been on Okay,
on
when I
our
say
scouts.
not yeah, on the scouts. Of course, he hired the scouts, so that is still.
I was about to say that
is still his problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is still part of his problem. But it sounds like he tried to protect himself by hiring people around him that were supposed to know better. But at the same time, the problem with being fully analytical and not having enough football knowledge is that when you do hire these people that say they can do this thing, you won't be able to know if they're lying to you because you don't know enough about football yourself.
That, I think, turned into the big problem for him.
Yeah, so I think the problem is he relied too much on other people to tell him what was a good idea and what wasn't. And he didn't have enough knowledge to know that they were full of shit.
If KOC has full direction in this draft, which he might, we'll have to see if this turns out better. Because we'll get into our last year's draft here in a little bit.
The problem is we just don't know who's going to have control of the draft. I imagine KOC will have a hand in it, but it's, as people have pointed out, his job really hasn't ever been to be involved that heavily in the draft. So now to ask him last minute, hey, we need you to have a bunch of opinions on the draft, I mean, that's going to be hard. That means he's going to rely on the scouts that are already there, which have been proven, at least in my opinion, not to be very good. So I don't think much will change in our upcoming draft, to be completely honest with you. I don't think it'll change until next year.
I'm more interested in what's going to change the year after this one.
Yeah. I think next year's a better one because this one's too much in flux. I just think they're going to...
also going to be
I think they're going to just try to pick whatever they think is best. I don't think,
Yeah, I'm also going to be interested to see if there is some off-season trade movement, because there are a few pieces I believe to be somewhat expendable.
There are definitely pieces that are expendable. There are definitely pieces you could trade for good value if you know what you're doing. The problem is, without having a GM, you're relying on our football operations guy. Was it vice president of football operations? I believe is what his title is.
I believe so, yes.
So we're relying on him to basically talk with KOC to determine what's good and not. And again, that still revolves a lot around KOC. I just don't know how much time he's going to have to dedicate to doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Not that it can't be done. I mean, we've seen, obviously, the most historic Bill Belichick, right? Like, he was basically GM and head coach.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but we know that they're not going to be trying to find a GM until after the draft. Which means they would have a new one in time, hopefully. A new one in time for free agency. No, free agency is before the draft.
That's the free agency is before the draft even still. So it's like, I just don't know. Yeah.
I have no idea. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I have a feeling KOC is going to call a lot of the shots as best as possible. That's what I feel like is going to happen. I just don't think it's going to be as strong as he wants it to be, but at the same time, the situation is what it is. And from my understanding, some of the tensions in the room wasn't just necessarily Kwesi not having the best people in place, but also apparently KOC and Kwesi weren't starting to get along anymore either.
Yeah.
For various different reasons.
And my understandings from what I've heard is that KOC was starting to be like, we've been over this, you should know this stuff by now. How are you not learning?
Just getting frustrated that it seems like he was just kind of phoning it in a little bit,
Yeah, and it felt like rather than trying to learn, he spent a lot of time in the analytics department. He didn't do building walkthroughs. He didn't know a lot of the staff.
No, in fact, he didn't even know a lot of his players.
Yeah, that's my understanding is that he spent so much time in the office that he didn't get a ground level view of anything, and that caused a lot of friction between him and KOC.
Yeah.
That's my understanding of it all.
So what I expect to happen is that they're going to hire probably somebody that's more football focused, but still a little bit analytical, right? Like they kind of still
Yeah,
want the analytics, but I think they want somebody who's going to be more like knows football, knows the guys, is going to be, KOC's a locker room guy. He wants another one of those guys. Like I'm going to be blunt with you. I mean, how often did you see, you know, whenever KOC was doing his locker room speeches when they won games, did you ever see Kwesi in any single one of them? I mean, I can't remember one. Doesn't mean he wasn't, but I can't remember any of them if he was. Like it just feels like he was never around. And I think he wants another guy that's going to be around him to be part of that leadership, to be like,
yeah,
no, we are the leadership.
yeah. I think that's what they're going to look for is somebody that can help KOC with that attitude on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here.
I'm just quickly checking through hirings and seeing if there's anything else that's like
Anything else big time?
any other Big Ten that we may have forgotten, and I don't think so.
Okay, because the
Any other
NBA trade
firings
deadline
or-
happened, and there was a mini NHL trade deadline.
Yeah.
Not much happened in the NHL one, but there was one major trade
Loki, knock it off, dude.
that I'd like to talk about.
Like I said, I'm just quickly covering my bases real fast here to see if there's
Yeah,
anything
no,
else.
absolutely. Cover your bases. We don't want to miss news, you know. This is something we like talking about here. Boop it, boop, boop, boop. Ah,
Excuse me.
well, there's no.
Yeah,
excuse for that.
I don't see any other big news. I
All
think all
right.
the other coachings, hirings, and firings, we've already talked about most of the big ones.
All right. Well, we'll talk a big hockey trade, and then we'll talk some of the NBA trade deadline. So rosters locked in. The 5th, I want to say, at like 2 p.m. Central for the Olympics. There was a roster freeze in the NHL. Nobody else could move after that. One major trade made it in before that deadline, and we expected there to be maybe a flurry of moves, but there wasn't. But one big one did. The Rangers traded star winger Artemi Panarin, the bread man, to the Kings for a prospect and a conditional second. Let that sink in. They traded a point per game player, somebody who can elevate your team, for a prospect and a conditional second. My brain short circuits thinking about it. You still there?
No, I'm still here. A bird is all over my face.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were thinking.
No idea.
None. Other big news. The Dallas Mavericks traded Anthony Davis away, only a couple of years after acquiring him.
I'm not shocked.
I'm really not shocked as much as I want to be either. The Clippers traded away James Harden to the Cavaliers.
I'm not shocked by that either.
Not either. The big shocker in my mind was Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak did not move.
Yeah, might be a little expensive to move though.
Yeah, but there was a lot of rumors that he was going to be looked at heavily this trade deadline and moving, and the Timberwolves were trying to come up with all kinds of packages to make it happen. And apparently they couldn't get one done, but they did trade both of their point guards.
Yep.
So
Didn't
I
need
have no
those.
idea. Apparently, we don't need a point guard. I don't get it. I think they might be looking to sign a vet minimum player for a point guard.
No idea.
Lonzo Ball is going to be going to be waived by Utah because he got included in a trade and they don't really want him, and the team getting rid of him doesn't really want him anymore. He's only shooting like 30% from the field, but you don't really need him to shoot. You just need a facilitator, and he can do that in spades. But yeah, there was another one. The Thunder got better. They traded for a big name player. I forget who. Somebody's yelling at their screen right now going, "It's this guy!" And they gave up Houston's first for it, but considering the glut of first-round picks the Thunder currently have, it doesn't really matter. Considering they also have San Antonio's first-round pick, and San Antonio made themselves worse, and they probably just handed a lottery pick to the guys that won the championship last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, fun news. I don't remember if we talked about this, but it's I realize this is trade news, but back to NFL. Apparently Max Crosby is absolutely done with the Raiders. He's apparently pissed off with him. He wants to trade.
I had not heard that, but it would not surprise me.
Yeah, it's come across that he wants out. He hasn't officially like requested it or anything, but there are rumblings behind in the Raiders building that he's been like, nope, just trade me off somewhere. I'm done with this shit.
Yep, I'm done. This is a hellhole. I'm not willing to sit through a rebuild.
Yeah.
I actually understand that. Somebody with his talent level should not have to sit through a rebuild.
Yeah, it sounds like Myles Garrett's also not very happy with their head coaching hire, with the Browns head coaching hire.
Yeah,
which I mean,
especially considering
shocker.
it causes Jim Schwartz to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he was gonna push his way out of Cleveland when he signed that extension.
Yeah, I know. I did. I thought he wasn't going to budge on that, but apparently enough money said otherwise. Well, I wonder if you're regretting your decision now, Mr. Garrett.
You might be. Let's talk about that real quick. Back at the NFL, the NFL awards were last night, with the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. We'll do our awards next week, probably after the Super Bowl. We have our own special awards here.
Probably, yeah. That'd be a good time to do it.
Yeah, it'd be a great time to do it. But they did introduce a new award, Protector of the Year, for the offensive line, because the offensive line has felt left out.
Which, I mean, that's fair.
That's fair. Went to Joe Thuney from the Bears.
I mean, yeah.
Rookie of the Year was Ted McMillan.
Yeah, I was not shocked by that one. He was
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Carson Schlesinger.
Okay, that's a little shocking, but okay.
When I give you his stats, it won't be.
I know, but I mean, there were other good defensive players, but I mean, yeah, well, no, fair enough.
Let me see here. The Offensive Player of the Year was JSN.
That's not really super shocking, though. I would say that I'm a little shocked that he probably was in the running, but
Puka.
Well, I was gonna say Puka had a pretty decent year, but also super annoying player for the Cowboys. He had to step up big. He had really big games.
Yeah, but he didn't have enough consistency. The guy they got from the Steelers.
Pickens.
Yes.
No, I know. I'm just saying that like some of those, he had more games than not where he played really well. So I'm a little shocked that he wasn't up there, but he might have been up there for consideration. But yeah.
And of course, Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. You break a sack record, you get decoy.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah. And
unless
the
somebody
MVP,
else is playing crazy.
The MVP getting his first ever MVP, which surprised me. I thought for sure he'd already had one. Matthew Stafford.
Well, remember, he's played on the Lions for most of his life, so, you know.
Yeah. But he also did go to a Super Bowl with the Rams already.
Yeah, but I think that year he played well, but I don't think he played. Honestly, I don't think he played as well that year, despite the fact that they won that Super Bowl. I just feel like he played more clutch football this year. And I think, wasn't that the year where he started off injured and then came back? This year he stayed healthy all the year.
I don't remember. But he is the MVP of the league this year for his first-time award, and confirmed he will be back next season. He is not retiring.
A lot of people are pretty upset with the fact that he got MVP, though. There's a
Yeah, there's
lot
a
of people.
lot of people on the side of like Drake May uh, that think he should have had it because he actually led his team to a Super Bowl. You can cut that hair either way, to be honest. Both of them played incredibly well.
Yep.
So, I'm not. If you are a Drake May supporter and you think Drake May should have won it, more power to you. Um, Stafford did win it. We got to live with it. Again, it could be worse. Let's see here. Oh, and they released the Hall of Fame ballot this year for the guys that are actually going in. Let me pull that up. Come here. Because I know I sent that to you. Here we go. The ballot is Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly,
Yeah.
Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig is the Veterans Committee guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the 4 players going in, I don't have a beef with.
No, I don't really have a beef with honestly, any of them really going in.
No.
Personally.
Even
I have
Roger
a beef.
Craig is the
Yeah, obviously the
veteran
only
guy.
beef we have is being like, well, shouldn't have Belichick been on that list? Yes, the answer is yes.
Both Belichick and Kraft were left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Kraft I can kind of understand, but Belichick definitely should have been on there.
Yeah. Bill Belichick should have been on that list. And if they do this, again, I'm going to say, if they do this when Brady's turn is up, it's going to cost them any point that they would have of relevancy.
Well, as
Any
far
authority.
as at least as far as the voting committee is concerned, yeah.
Yeah. Like they're going to have to be replaced at that point, because if you can't take a guy who's been the best quarterback in a generation, who's got more Super Bowl rings than he has fingers. What's he got? 7 rings now? 8? I lost track.
Was it 7 with the Patriots, and then the 8th was with the Bucks?
Yeah,
Was that
I think
right?
he's got either 5 or 6 with the Pats and like another one with the Bucks. And that's not even to count the times he went to the Super Bowl and didn't win it.
Yeah. Trying to remember.
And all the records that he has. Yeah.
Yeah, he's won 7 Super Bowls.
6 to Patriots,
he's
1 more with the
6
Bucks.
with the Patriots, with 1 with the Bucks. He was 5 times Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
So out of the 7, 5 of them he was an MVP. 3-time NFL Most Valuable MVP. 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year when he wasn't MVP. He had Comeback Player of the Year once.
That was probably after he blew out his knee.
Yep, 3-time First Team All-Pro. 3-time Second Team All-Pro. 15 times to the Pro Bowl.
Who cares about,
5
nobody
times,
cares about the Pro Bowl anymore. But when he played, people still
5
kind of
times
cared.
passing touchdown leader, 4-time NFL passing yards leader, 2 times NFL passing rating leader, completion percentage leader. I mean, he made the 2000s decade team and the 2010s decade team.
I believe he leads the league in passing yards and touchdowns for a career.
NFL records right now, he has career quarterback wins of 251. He has NFL record in career passing completions of 7,753. He has the career passing attempts at 12,050. Career passing touchdowns at 649. Career passing yards at 89,214. Passing completions in a season 490, which was in 2022, by the way, so it wasn't even that long ago.
Jesus,
he broke that. Passing attempts in a season was also in 2022 at 733. Longest touchdown pass he has tied at 99 yards. Career playoff quarterback wins he has at 35. Career playoff passing yards 13,400. Career playoff passing touchdowns at 88. most passing yards in a postseason game at 505, and most wins in a single regular season by a starting quarterback, 16. Those are all the records he has.
Yes, and they will never be touched.
Well, some of them won't be touched. I
Yeah.
imagine some of them will be at some point, inevitably.
But the point is, if you can't put a guy like that in on the first ballot, then you don't deserve to be voting.
I mean, his entire career NFL stats, his touchdowns to interceptions, it was absurd. His touchdowns is 649 to interceptions of just 212. For a whole career, that's insane.
That's bonkers. Look, man, Peyton went in on the first ballot and he didn't have those numbers.
No. Brady's passer rating by the end for this entire career was 97.2, which is actually pretty damn good for a whole career.
That's disgusting. I don't care what you say about, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this. Dude is first ballot, period. End of subject.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, they even retired his number. Shocking.
So, you want to talk about the Super Bowl real quick?
I mean, didn't we already do that last week?
Kind of did. I think we did that last week. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already talked about it. Like, I don't really care who wins. I mean, if I was pushed to come to shove, I would say Seahawks probably. I mean, it's a tough one to call. Really, it is kind of a 50-50. I think both have ups and downs, but I think the Seahawks just have a better overall offense and defense in compared to the Patriots. But that doesn't mean that the Patriots are gonna be pushovers. I just think it'll probably be a good game, to be honest, because both sides have good offenses and both sides have good defenses.
I agree. All right, let's, as people will see here, I have a list. This is my draft grades and all the players that were drafted by each team, and I went through and found their stats for the season.
Oh yeah, didn't we have our draft gradings too? Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, didn't we graded them, right?
We graded we graded.
Do you have
graded?
just yours, or do you have both of ours on there?
I only have mine on here. I don't remember what you
Oh.
graded what.
Oh, then I'd have to pull up my shit. Ah, all right. Well, hold on, give me a second.
Because we were going to go back through this and see if our grades held based on stats.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't sure if you had gone through the recordings and written them
No,
down.
I did not.
We're talking about players, or are we talking about the gradings of the teams?
The gradings of the teams, and we were going to just look at a few of the players on here that we thought would do well from each team and say whether or not our gradings were correct or not.
Right.
Would we regrade this a different grade? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find my gradings. Okay. So I got gradings for the teams. So I do have the gradings for the teams of how I graded them.
That's perfectly fine.
Draft.
I have all their players here, so we'll go through this. Ready?
Okay.
All right, for Arizona, I started and I gave them an A. They drafted Walter Nolan, DT, in round 1, Will Johnson, a cornerback, in round 2, Jordan Birch, an edge, in round 3, Cody Simon, a linebacker, in round 4, Denzel Burke, a cornerback, in round 5, Hayden Connor, a guard, in round 6, and Keaton Crawford, safety, in round 7.
Yeah.
And
I ended up getting a B+, by the way.
I thought that was a solid draft. They did have problems where Nolan got injured. He only got to play 6 games before going to the IR this season. In those games, he had 11 tackles, a fumble recovery touchdown, and 2 sacks. So not terrible numbers, but I would have wanted better for him.
But I mean, the injuries make it hard. I think he would have put up better numbers, despite the injuries, to be honest.
I agree. Johnson didn't have a bad season, but he also only played 12 games because he started the season injured. Yeah. In those games, he got 37 tackles and forced a fumble. He also defended 10 passes. Birch was a bit of a letdown. We're not going to run through his numbers. Cody Simon turned out to be a bit of a rough diamond for them. Played in 17 games, wound up with 76 tackles, forced a fumble, had half a sack, and he did do 2 tackles for a loss. So, kind of a tackling machine for them. Not bad for round 4. But round 5 and 7 is where they really did a good job. Denzel Burke was in all 17 games, picked up 49 tackles, picked off 3 balls, and defended 11 passes. For a round 5 cornerback, that's really good.
I bet.
And Keaton Crawford, whom we both said was a steal at round 7, played in 15 games, had 29 tackles, and 1 pass defended. For a 7th round guy to step in and eventually become a starter like that, that's not bad at all.
No, that's not bad. Honestly, I think I don't think I changed my grading. I think B+ is still fine.
And I think I go down to a B+.
Because I literally put down field on my list. It was field needs with decent players, and I still stand by that. I think they got decent players, decent value, and they filled certain needs that they needed. I think they did fine.
Atlanta, I gave a C- originally. They drafted Jalen Walker, an edge linebacker from Georgia, James Pierce Jr., an edge from Tennessee, Xavier Watts, a safety from Notre Dame, round 3. The first 2 were round 1s. Bill Bowman Jr., a safety from Oklahoma, and Jack Nelson, an offensive tackle from Wisconsin. I was mad at them for drafting Walker because I didn't like him. However, he played in 15 games, wound up with 36 tackles, 5.5 sacks, defended a pass, forced a fumble, and had a fumble recovery.
Yeah.
You know what? Could have been worse. He did get injured. JPJ, on the other hand, played in 17 games. He was not a starter, but I get why. But he played in all 17 games. He wound up with 26 tackles, but 10.5 of them were sacks.
Mm-hmm.
He also defended 5 passes, had a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. That's the guy I said they should have taken where they grabbed Jalen Walker. And time proved me right. That dude, 10.5 sacks as a rookie is really good.
Yeah.
Watts turned out to be pretty good for them in round 3. Played 17 games, 96 tackles, 5 picks, 11 passes defended, and a fumble recovery. For a 3rd-round safety, that's pretty good. Bowman Jr. was playing very well. He only got in 6 games before going on the IR, but in those games he had 26 tackles, a pick, 2 passes defended, a forced fumble, and 1.5 sacks. There's something there, I think. What'd you give Atlanta the original time?
I originally gave them a B- with just a caption saying that they filled most of their needs. Honestly, I think I'm sticking by that. I think B- is still fair. I think they could have gotten maybe better value with some of their picks, but I think overall, I think they did fine.
I also would agree with that. I think I would move them up a letter grade to a B- as well. Especially because they've knocked it out of the park with JPJ and Watts. And Walker turned out to be better than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
So, Baltimore, I originally gave an A+. You gave them?
I gave them an A-.
Let's go through it here. Malachi Stark, safety, round 1. Mike Green, edge, round 2. Emory Jones, offensive tackle, round 3. Teddy Buchanan, linebacker, round 4. Carson Vinson, offensive tackle, round 5. Belial Cohn, cornerback, round 6. Tyler Loop, place kicker, round 6. LaJonte Wester, wide receiver, round 6. Enos Peebles, defensive tackle, round 6. Robert Longerbeam, cornerback, round 6. Garrett Dellinger, offensive guard, round 7. Starks turned out to be kind of what we thought he would be. 17 games, 84 tackles, 2 picks.
Yep.
Green struggled a bit. 17 games, 41 tackles, 3.5 sacks.
It was fine.
That's fine. I expected more from him, considering all of the hubbub around him.
Yeah.
The other guy that did really well for them was Teddy Buchanan. 14 games, 93 tackles, half a sack, a forced fumble, and a pass defended before he went to IR.
Yeah.
They unfortunately had a bunch of guys go down onto IR.
Yep.
Cohn went onto IR. Longer Beam never played. He was on IR the entire season. Also, Tyler Loop was good. He was good this season. He was fine. I know a lot of people are mad he missed that kick at the end of the season, but come on. He was 30 of 30
for most of it.
30 of 34 with a long of 52. Come on.
Yeah.
That's good for a rookie.
Most of it.
Yeah, that's good for a rookie. I think I stay with my A+ on this. I think they did a good job.
I mean, I kind of want to be a little bit more critical, but I don't think I will be. I'll just stick with the A-. I don't think I really moved from that. I still think they could have done a little bit better, but given everything that went on, I don't feel the need to move it, really.
Okay, Buffalo, I originally gave a B+. What did you give them?
I gave them a C+.
I think you're going to be closer than I was. They drafted Maxwell Harrison, cornerback, round 1. TJ Sanders, defensive tackle, round 2. Landon Jackson, edge, round 3. Dion Walker, defensive tackle, round 4. Jordan Hancock, cornerback, round 5. Jackson Hawes, tight end, round 5. Dorian Strong, cornerback, round 6. Chase Lunt, offensive tackle, round 6. And Caden Prather, wide receiver, round 7. And Prather did not play, went on IR, and then got released.
Yep.
Landon Jackson only made it into 3 games, did not record a single statistic, then went on IR.
Yep.
Of the big ones, Maxwell Harrison played 11 games, wound up with 18 tackles, 2 picks, and 5 passes defended.
He looked fine. Fine. I mean, there was. I think the very first game he played looked the best that he played. Because I remember watching it and being like, man, he might be a stud. And then after that, he was just kind of there.
Yeah. Sanders played in 12 games, 16 tackles, a sack, and a pass defended. And I'm like, It says something when I think your best grab was in round 4 with Dion Walker, who played in 16 games, racked up 39 tackles, had a sack, and 4 passes defended.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to be blunt here. Even my C+ was too nice. I think I'm dropping that shit to like a C-.
I was about to say, I'm dropping these guys a whole letter grade to a C-, and they're lucky they're not in a D category.
Yeah, I'm almost want to put them in the D, but I don't think the players they have are necessarily bad, but they have a lot of work to do in the offseason, put it that way.
Oh, absolutely they do. I will say the reason they didn't hit a D is because Jackson Hawes, 17 games, 187 receiving yards, and 3 tutties.
Yeah.
For a 5th-round tight end.
Yeah, it was fine.
All right, okay. Okay. We can. There's something to build on there.
You can work with that, yeah.
Yeah, you can work with that. Carolina, I originally gave them a B.
I gave them an A.
And I'm probably going to be moving up again with this. Cause first off, we're going to start Tet McMillan, round 1, wide receiver. Nick Skirton, edge, round 2. Princely Umanamelin, edge, round 3. Trevor Etienne, running back, round 4. Lathan Ransom, safety, round 4. Cam Jackson, defensive tackle, round 5. Mitchell Evans, tight end, round 5. Jimmy Horn Jr., round 6, wide receiver. Tet, 17 games, 70 receptions, 1,014 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean...
Now you know why he was Elroy.
I was gonna say, remember, we to be fair, we all predicted he was the obvious number 1 receiver out of that. Like, it wasn't close.
Yeah. Nick Skirton, though, 17 games, 47 tackles, 5 sacks, a pass defended, and a forced fumble.
Played well. Played very well.
Princely Umanamelin, your round 3 guy, 16 games, 24 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Not my favorite, but still very good stats for a rookie.
Very good stats for a 3rd-round guy, yeah. Etienne didn't do great, but they mostly used him in a returner capacity.
Yep.
Ransom from Ohio State, 16 games, 51 tackles, a pick, 2 passes defended, a forced fumble, and a sack. Very versatile.
Well. Yep.
Very versatile. Yeah, and even their 5th round... Horn was there.
He came on late. he came out. He started playing better later in the season.
He
As the season went on, he played better.
Yeah, sort of, but he only played in, I don't even have the amount of games, but he only had 11 receptions for 108 yards.
No, I know. I'm just saying he started playing.
Horn
started playing better towards the end.
Mitchell Evans came out a little bit near the end too, as he had 19 receptions for 171 yards and 2 tutties.
Yeah.
So I think I'm willing to move them up to an A-.
I'm sticking at A. I think this was a great draft for him, to be honest, and I think they got a lot of great value for what they picked, especially in the first 4 rounds.
I think they did fairly well. Chicago, I gave them a D. I was not impressed with this draft, and upon second blush, maybe I should have been.
I called you out retarded, and I put them at a B, and I still think I probably might be too low.
We'll see. Started with Colston Loveland, tight end, round 1. Luther Bird III, wide receiver, round 2. Ozzie Trapilo, offensive tackle, round 2. Shamar Turner, defensive tackle, round 2. Ruben Hippolyte, the second linebacker, round 4. Zaw Frazier, cornerback, round 5. Luke Newman, offensive tackle, round 6. And Kyle Monangai, running back, round 7. Loveland, 58 receptions, 713 yards, 6 tutties, played in every game.
Yeah, I mean, he was very clutch when they needed him most of the time.
Yes, very, very good stats. LB3, 47 receptions, 652 yards, 2 tutties. I think he also played in every single game.
He did, and he played well, especially towards the late half.
Yeah, especially towards the end when he finally started figuring out, and Ben Johnson figured out how he wanted to use him. Yeah. Once that started happening, it was great. But Shamar Turner tanked hard. Only played in 5 games. 5 games, got 6 tackles, went on the IR.
Yeah. I don't know how much that was, the injury versus he just didn't play very well. I kind of want to still hold out hope because I had him high up on my board. So, yeah.
Hippolyte, only got in 7 games, made 6 tackles.
I didn't really like that pick to begin with. That's one of the few ones where I was like,
that pick out. I don't like Trapilo either, but there's no real way to judge stats on offensive tackles or anything. So
yeah, exactly.
Zaw Frazier did not play the entire season because he spent it on IR.
Yeah, but he played. I expected him to play potentially decently, but again, the IR makes it hard to know.
Yeah. Now, their big one to me, round 7, Kyle Monangai. 17 games, 169 rush attempts, 783 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he only got better as the season went on.
Yeah, and he was basically their tandem. They started tandeming him with their other running back. So, yeah, Swift. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I am willing at this point to move them up to a C+.
Jesus Christ, you are just so shrewd, dude.
It's the Trapilo, Hippolyte. Turner turned out not to be as good as we thought, but he got injured, so it's hard to say.
You don't know. Hard to know, exactly.
Yeah, and we don't know what would have happened with Zaw Frazier, but just... there's just so many things I feel like they could have done better. You know what? I'll go B-.
They filled massive holes. This is easily a B+. They filled massive holes very well. They got the tight end they want. They got a wide receiver they want. They have, another running back that's going to be good for their tandem, which is exactly what's going to be good for that coach. I mean, Ben Johnson loves the tandem system.
Yeah, now
bear in
mind, when I first graded this, we didn't know Kyle Monangai was going to be Kyle Monangai.
No. But I still rated him a B, and I'm still only going up a part of a letter grade to a B+.
Yeah, I'm willing to go B-. I was mad that I didn't think Colston Loveland was going to be as good. And it turns out they're relatively close. We'll get there when we get to Indianapolis. It's
going to be a little bit. But I think I was more on the train of 1A, 1B, where you were just straight up, very clearly 1 and a very clearly 2. And I was like, I don't think you understand how close those two are actually were to each other.
Yes, I think clearly Tyler Warren was 1 and Colston Loveland was 2.
Yeah, but... I think people actually slept on the other tight end that we'll talk about that went to... I think he went to Cleveland, if I remember right. I think people flipped on him a lot more than they should have.
We talked about Harold Fannin Jr. We'll get there when we get to Cleveland. Just in a couple of...
I think you and I were very high up on Fannin in comparison to most people.
Cincinnati. We gave a D. I gave a D.
I gave a C plus.
I gave him a D. Let's talk about it. Shamar Stewart, edge, round 1. Demetrius Knight Jr., linebacker, round 2. Dylan Fairchild, offensive guard, round 3. Barrett Carter, linebacker, round 4. Jalen Rivers, offensive guard, round 5. Taj Brooks, running back, round 6. Stewart only managed to play 8 games, had 11 tackles, a sack, and a pass defended before going on IR.
Yeah. Did okay before that, yeah.
Yeah, Demetrius Knight, on the other hand, played all 17 games, had 106 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, 7 passes defended, and a forced fumble.
Yeah, played better than I thought he was going to.
Played a lot better than I think a lot of people thought he was going to. And Barrett Carter played 17 games, had 106 tackles, a pick, and 4 passes defended. Out of a guy that you picked in the 4th round, I'll take it.
Good.
Yeah, you did good with your linebackers and virtually nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I do have to remedy it. I think I am coming down to a C. I think Stewart could still be something, but we have to wait off of IR, and I just think that the rest of your picks were a complete waste. You got, like, it's funny how in my description I put down I like 2 players, and it turns out it wasn't the 2 players I thought, but it still turns out to be right that only 2 players were really any good from your draft. So I think I do have to give it like just a C. Like you shored up some defense, but it wasn't even close to enough.
And I'll go up to a D plus, because Knight and Carter, that's tidy work, but you needed to be better. Stewart could still be something, but considering all of the headache you had signing him,
yeah, exactly.
That's why you don't go up to a C.
Yeah.
Cleveland, I gave them a B plus.
I also gave them a B plus.
Let's talk about it. Mason Graham, defensive tackle, round 1. Carson Schlesinger, linebacker, round 2. Quinshon Judkins, running back, round 2. Harold Fannin Jr., tight end, round 3. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, round 3. Dylan Sampson, running back, round 4. Shadur Sanders, quarterback, round 5. Mason Graham, your round 1, played in all 17 games, had 49 tackles, half a sack, and 4 passes defended. But I don't think the stats tell you the story of his value.
Yeah, he actually forced a lot of teams to duel him, like straight up.
To straight up, because a lot of his were tackles for loss, and that freed up...
It freed up Garrett to do a lot more sacking.
Yeah, freed up Garrett to do a lot of stuff. Carson Schlesinger, 16 games before going on the IR for the final game. 156 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 passes defended.
Yep. Played well.
Holy balls.
Played well.
156 tackles.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. Quinshon Judkins only played 14 games, but he got 230 rushing attempts, 827 yards, 7 touchdowns, 26 receptions, 171 yards.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Harold Fannin Jr., 16 games, 72 receptions, 731 yards, 6 tutties.
Another good player. I know. Like I said, I think people were sleeping on him. I think he should have easily gone in the 2nd round. The fact that he went, what was it, 4th round?
3rd.
Was it 4th round or 5th? 3rd? Okay. I think he should have gone in the 2nd. I don't think it makes no sense that he wasn't up on people's boards, but what do we know?
Dylan Gabriel started 6 games. In those, he went 1-5. He was 110 of 185 for 937 yards, 7 tutties, and 2 picks.
He was fine.
Yeah. Serviceable.
Yeah.
The big one people are going to want to know about. Shadur Sanders started 7 games, went 3-4, was 129 of 212 for 1,400 yards, 7 tutties, 10 picks, 21 rush attempts for 169 yards, and another tutty.
Fine.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I think I will upgrade my rating from a B plus to an A minus. I just honestly, out of all of the picks they made, the only ones that I'm still not really convinced on are the quarterback picks. All the other picks were great, and
Well,
that's the only reason they're at an A minus.
Dylan Sampson was okay, and I
Was
think
yeah.
they're gonna plan to use him more as a returner.
Yeah, probably. But you get my point. Is that most
Yeah,
of their other
yeah.
picks were really good,
Like the
actually.
first four picks were fire.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna go to a straight A, not an A minus. I'm going from a B plus to an A.
Yep.
I think that's good work, Cleveland. You've built a solid core. You just need to figure out who's going to quarterback it.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I'm at an A minus because I just don't love your quarterback picks, and I just don't know what you're going to do still there, and that's the only reason. You're not from going. You're close to an A, but the only reason I'm giving an A minus because I just don't think those are the quarterbacks you should be long terming. But what do I know?
All right, Dallas. I originally gave an A minus to.
I give them a B plus.
I think both of these might drop.
Probably.
Tyler Booker, round 1, offensive guard. Donovan Ezeraku, edge, round 2. Siobhan Revel Jr., cornerback, round 3. Jaden Blue, running back, round 5. Shamar James, linebacker, round 5. Johnny Cornelius, offensive tackle, round 6. Jay Toya, defensive tackle, round 7. Phil Maffa, running back, round 7. Tommy Akin Basote, defensive tackle, round 7, and he got released.
Yep.
Booker was fine. I really wanted you to get more out of Ezeraku, and you didn't get much out of him. 17 games, 40 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a safety.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Revel Jr. started on the IR, only managed to make it into 7 games, but he had 35 tackles and 3 passes defended.
Like I say, he looked fine when he came back out of IR. He looked fine.
He was fine.
He kind of looked a lot like what we kind of expected.
Yeah, so, he was fine, though. Jaden Blue, though, I thought you were going to be a decent running back. 5 games, 38 rushing attempts, 129 yards, and a touchdown, and that's it.
Very quiet. Yeah, very
quiet. Shamar James, you got okay there. 14 games, 91 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. And you basically got nothing out of anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting more out of mostly their top 3 to 4 picks.
Yeah.
And it was the equivalent of, this is fine. It's fine. I definitely need to drop from a B plus to a C plus. I think Revel will continue to do well. I think Booker will continue to do well. We'll see about the rest, but this is a very mid draft.
Yeah, that's why I'm going from an A minus to a C plus. I think Revel will be fine. Booker will be good. We'll see if Ezeraku comes around.
Yeah.
We'll see if Shamar James turns out to be all right. And that's pretty much it.
Like I said, it's a very mid draft.
Yeah. Denver, I originally gave a C plus.
I gave him a C.
I think we're pretty close on this. Jahdae Barron, quarterback, round 1. RJ Harvey, running back, round 2. Pat Bryant, wide receiver, round 3. Savion Jones, edge, round 3. Q Robinson, edge, round 4. Jeremy Crenshaw, punter, round 6. Caleb Lohner, tight end, round 7, and he was released.
Yep.
Barron played in all 17 games, had 35 tackles, 1 pick, 5 passes defended, and a fumble recovery.
I still stand by that I think that was a bad pick at that spot.
I agree with you. I don't think that was a great pick. RJ Harvey. This was all right. 146 played all 17 games, 146 rush attempts, 540 yards, 7 tutties, 47 catches, 356 yards, another 5 tutties there.
Yeah. That was a good pick.
For a multi-purpose back, okay.
That's a good pick.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. Yeah. But the rest of this, blah.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah,
blah.
pretty much.
You had one great pick.
In fact, it's so blah. I'm gonna drop my C to a C minus because it's.
I'm going from a C
plus.
plus.
I could even go down to a D. I just really don't think getting one good player out of seven. What was it? 7 picks
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7 picks.
Is good. It's
Yeah,
just
and
not.
I'm in the same boat. I'm going to go from a C plus to a D plus.
Yeah.
RJ
I
Harvey.
just
RJ Harvey keeps you from a failing grade.
yeah, pretty much. This was quite frankly awful.
We're about to talk about some more awful.
Well, I mean, yeah, we got a
Detroit.
couple more awful on here.
Detroit. I
Oh,
gave. Oh boy, I gave him a D, and
I
I
gave I
honestly
gave him
think
a
that
listen. I gave him a B. All right, like I don't want to hear it. All right?
I definitely think I was too high, and you were on drugs.
I was on drugs.
So Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle, round 1. Tate Ratledge, offensive guard, round 2. Isaac T. Slaw, wide receiver, round 3. Miles Frazier, offensive guard, round 5. Ahmed Hussein, edge, round 6. Dan Jackson, safety, round 7. Dominic Lovett, wide receiver, round 7.
I'm gonna be my first. The reason why I gave him a B is because I really liked the first 2 picks, and I really liked Frazier, and yeah.
Yeah, Hassanian, he wound up in the practice squad. Lovett was used for kick returns. Dan Jackson wound up on the IR. Tyleik Williams, 17 games, 18 tackles, 1 sack, 4 passes defended.
Yeah.
I don't know why you liked him.
I don't remember why either, but I think it was because his college looked better than that, and for whatever reason, pro just I didn't. Something didn't work there. I really liked Ratledge too, and I.
It's hard to grade guards, though, so I'm not mad about that.
Yeah. Wasn't great though, to be honest.
Taslaw played in all 17 games, but he only had 16 catches for 239 yards, but 6 of them were touchdowns.
True.
Yeah, this is an F.
I'm gonna be a little nicer than you. I'm gonna say it's a D minus.
This is an F, guys. I don't know what this was, but this wasn't it.
This is probably my worst. This was my worst grade by far so far. Like this
was not good. I had the right of this the first time, but I was like amazed by just how bad this draft was. Green Bay, I gave him a D.
I gave him a C minus, and I think I was too nice.
I think you were too. Let's talk about it. Matthew Golden, wide receiver, round 1. Anthony Belton, offensive tackle, round 2. Savion Williams, wide receiver, round 3. Baron Sorrell, edge, round 4. Colin Oliver, linebacker, round 5. Warren Brinson, defensive tackle, round 6. Micah Robinson, cornerback, round 7. John Williams, offensive tackle, round 7. Matthew Golden, 14 games, 29 catches, 361 yards.
Got his first touchdown in the postseason.
It's bad when Savion Williams, 12 games, 10 catches, 78 yards, 1 tutty. Like, you didn't have anybody that I even want to talk about on here. Everything on here is trash.
Yeah, I was way too nice. This is absolutely an F.
This is an F. This is absolutely an F.
This is definitely an F.
I thought maybe
I was holding out maybe. Yeah, I was holding out the. See, the thing is, we both agreed that Golden should not have been a first rounder, but I didn't think he'd be bad. And
no,
this year
I thought he was a round
bad.
2 type of guy, but this was just bad.
This wasn't just bad. Year.
This was terrible.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Could he still be something good? Yes. Was this the year to show it? No. No, absolutely not. So, in my opinion, this was an F. Just based all around.
Houston, I gave a B.
I gave him a C+.
Let's talk about it. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, round 2. Ariante Ursary, offensive tackle, round 2. Jalen Knoll, wide receiver, round 3. Jalen Smith, cornerback, round 3. Woody Marks, running back, round 4. Jalen Reed, safety, round 6. Graham Mertz, quarterback, round 6. Keontae Hamilton, defensive tackle, round 7. And Luke Lachey, tight end, round 7. Lachey was on the practice squad. Hamilton was on IR all year, and Mertz did not play a single snap.
Yep.
Out of the others, Higgins wasn't terrible and really came on towards the end. 17 games, 41 receptions, 525 yards, and 6 tutties.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Jalen Smith only got to play 4 games, but he got 6 tackles and a fumble recovery in them.
Yep.
Woody Marks, on the other hand, 16 games, 196 rush attempts, 703 yards, 2 touchdowns, 24 catches, 208 yards, and another 3 touchdowns.
Well, played pretty well.
Yeah. For a round 4 running back, I'll take that every day of the week. Unfortunately, the rest of this is kind of
hard to judge or meh. Yeah.
More meh than anything. Ursery was fine. That was fine. Little bit of a reach in round 2, but he ended up being your starter all year. So,
yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stand by what I said, which is exactly C+, and I even quoted it to be, it's fine. And that's kind of still kind of how I feel about it. It's fine.
I'm willing to go down to a B- and just, I'm with you, it's fine. Woody Marks, for me, keeps it from B to C.
Understandable. I think that just gives it a C+ standard for me. I think B, you have to hit on multiple good players, and it just, to me, I just see a C+. I see one really good player and a couple others that are serviceable.
So, Indianapolis, I gave them a B+.
I gave him a B-.
Let's
I don't think we're actually that far away, to be honest.
I don't think we are. I think we're pretty close to what they really were. Tyler Warren, tight end, round 1. JT Tuimoloau, edge, round 2. Justin Wally, quarterback, round 3. Jalen Travis, offensive tackle, round 4. DJ Giddens, running back, round 5. Riley Leonard, quarterback, round 6. Tim Smith, defensive tackle, round 6. And Hunter Wohler, safety, round 7. Wohler, IR all year. Justin Wally, IR all year. And Tim Smith was on the practice squad. So, Tyler Warren, 17 games, 76 receptions, 817 yards, and 4 tutties. Very similar stats to Loveland.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, very close to the two of them were very close. Tuimoloau only played 13 games and had 17 tackles. That's kind of a waste of a round 2 pick.
It kind of was, unfortunately.
Giddens only got in 9 games. Did not have great stats. I thought he was going to be interesting. Was not.
Yeah, he was just meh.
Riley Leonard turned out to be interesting, though. Playing in 5 games, he went 39 to 67, 415 yards, 2 tutties, 3 picks, 6 rushing attempts, 27 yards, and 2 other TDs. There's something there.
Potentially. I don't know if they'll be backup or starter, but right now, serviceable, good backups.
Good backup, exactly. Good backup. Thus, because you really you hit kind of on Leonard, and you definitely hit on Warren, I'm dropping from a B+ to a B.
I think I'm sticking with a B-. I think it's just like right on the edge for me. I expected more of your players to hit, but I was still right where I was like, hey, you started strong, and then it fell off a cliff, and that's kind of what it feels like happened, more or less.
Yep, more or less.
So I'm still sticking with a B- on that.
Jacksonville, I gave them outright a B.
I was a little nicer, and I went with an A-. I don't know how much I still feel that's correct, but we'll see.
Well, Travis Hunter, wide receiver cornerback, round 1. Caleb Bransaw, cornerback, round 3. Wyatt Millum, offensive guard, round 3. Bashal Tootin, running back, round 4. Jack Kaiser, linebacker, round 4. Jalen MacLeod, linebacker, round 6. Rayon Lane, safety, round 6. And Jonah Monheim, center, round 7. And LaQuint Allen, running back, round 7. Hunter, unfortunately, only played 7 games before going on the IR.
Yeah, so it's hard to really judge that.
But in those 7 games, offensively, he had 28 receptions for 298 yards and a tutty. Defensively, he had 15 tackles, 3 passes defended, a fumble. And a fumble. Not a forced fumble, he fumbled.
Yeah.
Ransaw did not play the entire season, was on IR.
Yep.
Milam, I believe, wound up being one of their starting guards.
Yes, I believe so.
Bashal Tootin only played 15 games, but he did see an increase in time near the end of the season. Got 83 rushing attempts, 307 yards, 5 tutties, 10 catches, 79 yards, 2 more tutties.
Yep.
That, for a round 4 backup running back, you can't really be mad at that.
Right.
Yeah, outside of that, there's not much else here.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do what a lot of people are probably gonna hate, which is I'm just gonna stick with my A minus. I'm not moving only just because your top 3 guys, well, definitely top 2, just didn't play much, and so it makes it really hard to judge properly if this is a correct grading or not, because I just can't judge it. I literally can't judge it, so I can't move.
That's why I am not moving, but I am giving them, rather than giving them a grade, I'm going to give them an incomplete.
Yeah, it's almost a DNF. It's a did not finish. Like
not finish. I can't tell if any, when you have your top 2 guys out and your other guy, out of your top 3 was a guard.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say if that was good or bad.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I can't tell. So
I still think that I do think that their pick for
Hunter?
Yeah, Hunter, sorry. Brain went dead because I just haven't seen him in forever. I don't think it'll be bad. I think it'll turn out to be good. It's just the IR makes the situation hard to tell.
Yep, I agree. All right. Kansas City. I gave them an A, and I feel like a dum-dum.
Don't worry, I gave him an A minus, so we're both kind of dum-dums.
Let's talk about that. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, round 1. Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle, round 2. Ashton Gillott, edge, round 3. Noel Williams, cornerback, round 3. Jalen Royals, wide receiver, round 4. Jeffrey Bossa, linebacker, round 5. Brashard Smith, running back, round 7. I don't know how Simmons did. He was an offensive tackle.
He was fine. He looked like he was a decent offensive tackle.
Omar Norman Lott.
Yeah.
5 games. 5 games, went on the IR. In those 5 games, he had 5 tackles and a sack.
Tackle per game. Hell yeah.
That is not what you want out of a round 2 pick.
No.
Ashton Gillott played all 17 games, had 38 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a pick, and a pass defended.
Yeah.
When your best guy was probably Noel Williams, who played 17 games, had 48 tackles, a sack, and 7 passes defended, this may not have been the draft for you.
Yeah. Well, they filled a lot of holes, but I wouldn't say they filled them well. So I am going to have to drop my grading. I think, honestly, I think I'm just dropping it straight down to a C. I just am so unimpressed compared to what I expected out of this.
I'm right there with you from A to C.
Yeah. I expected so much more out of this than what I got. So,
yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Was very disappointed overall.
Yeah, that's the nice way to put that.
The Chargers. I gave them a B minus.
I gave them an A.
You still feel like you still feel good about that?
Yes and no, because the problem is I feel like we're almost in the same Jacksonville situation where I can almost throw a DNF on them because it's so hard to tell with their injuries they had. But we'll talk about it.
Omarion Hampton, running back, round 1. Trey Harris, wide receiver, round 2. Jamari Caldwell, defensive tackle, round 3. Kyle Kennard, edge, round 4. Keandre Lambert-Smith, wide receiver, round 5. Oronde Gadsden II, tight end, round 5. Branson Taylor, tight end, round 6. R.J. Mickens, safety, round 6. Triquezy Bridges, safety, round 7. He was waived and is now on the Cowboys. And Branson Taylor was moved from tight end to guard.
Which I'm not super shocked by, but, you know.
Omarion Hampton played in 9 games. He had 124 rush attempts for 545 yards and 4 tutties, 36 receptions for 192 yards and another touchdown before going to IR and being unable to make it back even for the playoff game.
Yep.
Trey Harris.
He was fine.
He was fine. Trey Harris, 17 games, 30 catches, 324 yards, a touchdown.
Fine.
Nah. Campbell, 17 games, 31 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and a pass defended.
Fine.
Not worth talking about Kennard. Not worth talking about Lambert Smith. Gadsden, 15 games, 49 receptions, 664 yards, and 3 touchdowns out of a round 5 tight end. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mickens, 12 games, 29 tackles, 2 passes defended, and 2 picks. Like, I can't give them a DNF as much as Jacksonville.
No. And I'm not going to. But that's why I said close, but not quite. I'm not going to go fully down.
I gave them a B-. I think I have to go to a C-.
I think you're being a little too harsh personally, but I am going to drop from the A to a B. I am going to drop a full letter grade. I think this is still a good draft. I think Omarion Hampton will be very good. I think the defensive lineman they had that got injured for a bit.
Oh, Caldwell?
Was it Caldwell? No. What was the other one? Was it Caldwell?
That was the only defensive lineman they drafted. Or Kennard.
No, it would have been Caldwell, I think. I think he's going to be fine. Like, I don't know. I think overall, and their offensive line, I think, I mean...
Well, they didn't really draft anything for that, per se. But, yeah, they had some problems with keeping that healthy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like, it's hard to fault a lot of that because they had a lot of issues because of that. So I don't know. I think I'm still sticking with a B. I think it'll still be a fine draft in the long run.
Okay. LA Rams, I gave them a C+.
I gave them a D+. I really did not like this draft at all.
Let's talk about it. Terrence Ferguson, tight end, round 2. Josiah Stewart, edge, round 3. Jarquez Hunter, running back, round 4. Ty Hamilton, defensive tackle, round 5. Chris Paul Jr., linebacker, round 5. Kanata Mumfield, wide receiver, round 7. Chris Paul Jr. was waived, and he's now on Seattle. You were probably right not to like this draft. Terrence Ferguson, their round 2 tight end, only played 14 games, had 11 receptions for 231 yards and 3 tutties.
Yeah.
Josiah Stewart, who was a guy I mentioned in my pre-draft rankings, 17 games, 22 tackles, 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and 2 passes defended.
Yeah,
might well have been the only player in this draft for them that did anything. But Kanata Mumfield, 17 games, 10 receptions, 92 yards and a tutty. Yeah, round 7 receiver, okay. I gave them a C+. I'm giving them a straight up fucking D.
Yeah, I think I am going to drop it down to a D as well. I was at a D+, I was closer, but I literally wrote down as my note was, I don't get what happened, and I think I still kind of stand by that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either. Like, the only pick I really like here is Josiah Stewart.
Yeah, and even then, I'm still not loving it.
Yeah, no.
I'm not loving it.
All right. Vegas. I gave them an A-, and I kind of feel dumb.
Listen, I may have given them an A+ and say I love it, and I don't think I'm loving it.
Boy, did we misfire on this one.
Listen, I loved the very first pick, and I expected that to be great, and it was fine.
We'll talk about it. Ashton Genty, running back, round 1. Jack Beck, wide receiver, round 2. Darian Porter, cornerback, round 3. Caleb Rogers, offensive tackle, round 3. Charles Grant, offensive tackle, round 3. Dante Thornton Jr., wide receiver, round 4. Tonka Hemingway, defensive tackle, round 4. J.J. Pegues, defensive tackle, round 6. Tommy Mellott, wide receiver, round 6. Cam Mellor, quarterback, round 6. Cody Lindbergh, linebacker, round 7. Cam Mellor was claimed by Miami. Tommy Mellott was waived. And, yeah.
So I can tell you exactly why I loved it, because I loved those first 3 picks in particular.
Well, Genty, 17 games, 266 rush attempts, 975 yards, 5 touchdowns, 55 receptions, 346 yards, and another 5 tutties through the air.
Yep.
Not
a good start.
Yes.
Good start.
That's a good start for a rookie running back. And had you had any type of an offensive line, I think he'd have been fine.
Maybe could have been better. Yeah.
Yes. Beck, on the other hand, 16 games, 20 catches, 224 yards.
Man, I went all in on Beck, and man, do I hate myself right now.
And Darian Porter, 17 games, 42 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, and 3 passes defended.
He was closer to what I expected for a 3rd rounder. I was like, that's going to be pretty decent, and he was fine.
He was fine. You also talked up the Tonka truck. 9 games, 9 tackles. 9 games, 9 tackles, 4 sacks, and a pass defended. And that was it.
Yeah.
But I talked up Pegues. 9 games, 11 tackles, and a fumble recovery.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get out there first. I'm just gonna say it. We were both delusional a little bit. However, I do think they have a couple of good picks here in comparison to what we thought. I think we still got 2, maybe 3 guys that are going to be okay. So I am going to only drop myself down to a B-, because I think the fact that you have 2 potential guys leaves you, like I said, a C is kind of like you got 1 guy, you got 1 stud. A B is you got 2 potential studs, and I still kind of believe they have 2 potential studs, but I'm kind of on that edge of maybe. So that's why I'm on a B-.
I'm going to go to a C+, and I called it. I called Beck was being a reach.
Man, I'm not going to lie to you. That one hurts, and I really, really hope that he just has a way better second season so I can be like, I told you! But I don't know I don't think it's going to happen.
It's the Raiders, probably not. But yeah, I'm going to go to a C+. I still think Genty's going to be something special, and maybe Porter turns out to be all right.
Yeah, those are kind of the 2 I'm banking on, which is why I'm on a B-, but it's like right on the edge. Yeah. I was close to going C+ as well. I think their main guy is going to be Genty. I'm hoping Porter turns into a better player, or closer to what I expected out of him, which would be more closer to that B- territory. So I'm just sticking on that B-.
All right, Miami. I gave them a B.
I gave him a C-.
I think I'm going to be closer to you. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, round 1. Jonah Savinea, offensive guard, round 2. Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, round 5. Jason Marshall Jr., cornerback, round 5. Dante Trader Jr., safety, round 5. Ollie Gordon II, running back, round 6. Quinn Ewers, quarterback, round 7. Zeke Biggers, defensive tackle, round 7. Grant played 17 games, 33 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pass defended. I expected more out of him. That's a bit... I mean, he's a big disruptor in the middle, though. So
he is, but it's not quite the numbers you'd like to see for a...
No, I'd like a little bit more out of him.
Yeah.
Ollie Gordon played in all 17 games, had 70 rushing attempts for 199 yards and 3 tutties.
That's fine.
Quinn Ewers played in 4 games. He started 3, went 1-2, 83 of 55, 622 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. For a round 7 quarterback, you can do worse.
You can.
Outside that, nothing else really pops the bucket for me.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of sticking with what I originally put down. I think I'm putting C. I'm staying with C-, and I'm doing literally the quote of what I wrote down, which I wrote down it's fine? Question mark, and I'm kind of still in that kind of feeling.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to a C minus, and I'm right there with you. It's all right, maybe.
Yeah.
Now we come to Minnesota, and I originally gave this an F minus.
Yeah, you did. I gave it a C.
I may have been a bit harsh, but I don't think I'm too far off.
I was going to say, I think you were too harsh, but I think I was too optimistic. I think it's probably more between us somewhere.
Yes. Donovan Jackson, offensive guard, round 1. Ty Felton, wide receiver, round 3. Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, edge, round 5. Kobe King, linebacker, round 6. Gavin Bartholomew, tight end, round 6. King was waived. Bartholomew wound up on the pup.
Yep.
For the entire season. So we only have 3 guys to talk about. One of them I can't do stats for, and that's Donovan Jackson, although he only missed like 2 games. And he was our starting guard. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
He played well enough. Yeah.
Ty Felton, 17 games, 3 catches, 25 yards.
I expected a little more out of that, to be honest with you.
I even expected more out of that, even with the F minus, and I was like, oh, God, that was shit.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, 14 games, 12 tackles, a sack, and a pass defended, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm willing to go from an F minus to a D minus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little nicer, but I am dropping a full letter grade from a C to a D. Like, it's just maybe Felton's got something maybe in the tank, but you didn't show it, so I don't know. And I think that their pickup for their offensive guard was actually decent, and that's pretty much the only thing that's keeping you from an F.
Yeah, pretty much. Donovan Jackson literally kept you from a failing grade.
Yeah.
New England, I gave them an A.
I give them a B.
I think I'm closer on this one than you are.
A little bit, but we're very close. But I wasn't that far off.
Will Campbell, offensive tackle, round 1. Travion Henderson, running back, round 2. Kyle Williams, wide receiver, round 3. Jared Wilson, center, round 3. Craig Woodson, safety, round 4. Joshua Farmer, defensive tackle, round 4. Braden Swinson, edge, round 5. Andres Borregales, place kicker, round 6. Marcus Bryant, offensive tackle, round 7. Julian Ashby, long snapper, round 7. And Kobe Minor, quarterback, round 7. Obviously, we know Campbell was a huge part in protecting Drake May. So, that was pretty good. Henderson, 17 games, 180 rushing attempts, 911 yards, 9 touchdowns, 35 receptions, 221 yards, and a touchdown there as well. Second best rookie running back in the AFC, or maybe third, depending on if you want to put Judkins above him.
Right.
Either way, Genty, Judkins, and Henderson blew the doors off the rushing attack this year for their respective teams.
Yep.
Kyle Williams only had 10 catches in 17 games. Not much to talk about there.
No.
Woodson, however, played 17 games, had 79 tackles, and 3 defended passes and 2 fumble recoveries. Farmer was doing all right until he went on IR.
Yep.
13 games, 15 tackles. Borregales, 27 of 32 for his extra point, or for field goals, and 53 of 55 for extra points. Not bad.
Not bad.
And there's not much else to talk about here. So it's basically Campbell,
and
Henderson.
I was going to say their offensive line was decent, actually. Their picks there were good.
Yeah. So I'm not sure this is an A. I think it's more a B+.
I was going to say I think it's a B+. I'm going to upgrade my B to a B+.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good draft. I don't think it was the best draft, but I think it was a good draft. I think they did. I think they picked up a lot of the stuff that they needed.
You did get a lot of good stuff, and because of it, you're now in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
New Orleans, I gave them a B.
I give him a B minus.
Let's talk about that. Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, round 1. Tyler Shuck, quarterback, round 2. Vernon Broughton, defensive tackle, round 3. Jonas Sanker, safety, round 3. Danny Stutzman, linebacker, round 4. Quincy Riley, cornerback, round 4. Devin Neal, running back, round 6. Molaki Mataveo, tight end, round 7. Fadil Diggs, edge, round 7. Diggs spent most of his year on the practice squad.
Yep.
Banks was fine. Shuck played in 11 games, started 9 of them, went 5-4, 221 of 327. That's a 67.6% completion percentage. 2,384 yards, 10 tutties, 6 picks.
Yeah, played pretty well.
I think we both called that, though.
Yep.
We both expected that to be pretty good. Sanker from Virginia, the safety, 17 games, 80 tackles, 6 passes defended, 2 picks, and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, played well.
Played very well. Quincy Riley, the cornerback, 17 games, 35 tackles, 10 passes defended, a pick, and a forced fumble.
Yeah, then again, pretty well.
Pretty well. Devin Neal got some action, but it wasn't great, but it was still okay. Honestly, looking at this, I'm probably moving it up to an A.
I'm not going to quite go that far, but I am going to move my B minus to a B plus. I do think it is still very good. I still have a couple of questions, but for like long-term success, but I think short-term they picked up some really good players that look like they can plug some holes that they were leaking.
I am very disappointed we didn't get to see more of Broughton. He only played 1 game before going on the IR for the year.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, their big plan to overhaul their defensive line did not work.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately.
The Giants, I gave them an A.
I gave them an A plus.
I think I'm actually going to edge closer to you and probably give them an A plus, but let's talk about it. Abdul Carter, edge, round 1. Jackson Dart, quarterback, round 1. Darius Alexander, defensive tackle, round 3. Cam Scattaboo, running back, round 4. Marcus Mbow, offensive guard, round 5. Thomas Fidone II, tight end, round 7. Corey Black, cornerback, round 7. Carter, 17 games, 43 tackles, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. Exactly what we expected out of it. I thought he was going to get a little more sacks, but still, dude was a monster.
Yeah, he played very well.
Jackson Dart started 12 games, played in 14. He was 4-8 as a starter, was 216 of 339 for 63.7%, 2,272 passing yards, 15 tutties, 5 picks, 86 rushing attempts, 487 yards, and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think this is the one where I'm going to say that we were right. He was easily the second overall quarterback. It's not even close.
Not even close. Absolutely.
In fact, you could almost argue, should he have been over?
Should he have been first?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was really good.
Yeah.
Scattaboo, only 8 games, 101 rush attempts, 410 yards, 5 touchdowns, 24 receptions, 207 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I know it's typically hard to rate a player when they go out IR, but man, the games that he played were so lightning. It's hard not to be like that they got a stud. It's obviously
Scattaboo is going to be a stud.
Yeah,
it's 100%, and the energy he brings to the locker room.
Oh yeah, dude's insane.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Outside of that, they didn't hit on much else, but you hit on 3 picks
that were big picks for him.
And I'm going to give that an A+.
I'm sticking with the A+.
Well done, Giants.
I realize it might seem a little weird, but you have to remember that the players that they have, it's not just about hitting on the players, but it's hitting on the correct players and hitting on the big players you need. They needed a quarterback, they hit big. They needed a new running back, they hit big. It's hard not to be those are important picks that they hit huge on. It's easily an A+.
Absolutely. the New York Jets. I gave them an A.
I gave him a B, and I'm still not sure if I was being too nice.
I gave them an A, and we'll talk about it.
I think you were way too nice.
Armand Membu, offensive tackle, round 1. Mason Taylor, tight end, round 2. Azariah Thomas, cornerback, round 3. Arian Smith, wide receiver, round 4. Malachi Moore, safety, round 4. Francisco Mauigoa, linebacker, round 5. And Tyler Barron, edge, round 5. Membo was fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, he was fine. Taylor, 13 games, 44 catches, 369 yards, and a tutty before going on IR.
Yeah, not bad.
Thomas, 12 games, 22 tackles, 7 passes defended before going on IR.
Not bad.
Malachi Moore sucked.
Yes, definitely bad.
Or not Malachi Moore. Arian Smith sucked.
Malachi
Moore, 17
okay.
games, 101 tackles, 3 passes defended, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a fumble himself.
Yes.
That's, for a round 4 safety, you'll take that.
No, that's good for a round 4, yeah.
Yeah, well, you'll take that. Mauigoa, 12 games, 45 tackles, IR.
Yeah.
Tyler Barron, 6 games, 9 tackles, IR.
Yep.
So, honestly, if anybody can be said to get an incomplete, it's going to be the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean,
still,
1, 2, 3, 4 of your picks wound up on the IR.
Now I will still say, I'm still skeptical based upon what I did see that a B is a correct grading, but at the same time, it's hard to really know.
Yes.
If I were to move it, it would probably have only gone down to a B- anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking about a B+.
They have a lot of good. Yeah,
because
I
I
think
like
they still have
Membo.
a lot of good there.
Taylor looks like he's going to be okay, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Thomas could be okay, but I'm not sure. Moore looks like he might be a stud.
Moore might be a good pick for sure. Yeah.
Arian Smith was a bust.
It's definitely.
And I'm not sure about Mauigoa or Barron.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like I'm kind of like in this like, meh, okay, I see potential. That's the best way to put it. I see a lot of potential, but we'll have to see what they get out of it.
Alrighty, Philly. The Eagles, I gave them a C.
I gave them a C-.
Let's talk about it. Jahad Campbell, linebacker, round 1. Andrew Makoba, safety, round 2. Ty Robinson, defensive tackle, round 4. Mac McWilliams, cornerback, round 5. Smail Mondon Jr., linebacker, round 5. Drew Kendall, center, round 5. Kyle McCord, quarterback, round 6. Miles Hinton, offensive tackle, round 6. Cameron Williams, offensive tackle, round 6. Antoine Powell-Ryland, edge, round 6. Campbell, 17 games, 80 tackles, a pick, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery.
Not bad.
Not bad for a linebacker.
But better than what I thought, because I remember I kind of had him as one of my overrated players.
Yeah, he turned out to be pretty good. Makuba, 11 games, 46 tackles, half a sack, 3 passes defended, 2 picks, went on the IR. I think he was putting together a nifty little season until he went on the IR.
I think he was doing okay, yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of these guys, there's really nothing to talk about.
It's funny, because I originally rated them at a C-, and I said, I don't get what happened after the first 3 picks. I think I still kind of stand by that.
Yeah.
This kind of feels like they really didn't know exactly what they wanted. Now the question is, does a C- seem fair? I may have been a little low on them. I will bring it up to a C. I think they got decent players at what they did pick.
I think I think the minus was because you thought they reached on Camel.
Yeah, and that turned out to be better than I expected, so I will bring it back up to a C and say it was fine.
I'm going to keep at a C. I think I graded them right the first time. I don't think this needs to move.
Yep.
Pittsburgh, I gave them a D.
I gave them a C with the you did things tag, and I'm still not sure if the C is the correct option here.
I'm not sure either. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, round 1. Caleb Johnson, running back, round 3. Jack Sawyer, edge, round 4. Yahya Black, defensive tackle, round 5. Will Howard, quarterback, round 6. Carson Bruner, linebacker, round 7. And Dante Kent, cornerback, round 7. Howard and Kent spent the entire season on the IR.
Yep.
Derek Harmon only played 12 games, had 27 tackles, 3 sacks, and a pass defended. Caleb Johnson only played 10 games, had 28 rush attempts for 69 yards, 1 reception for 9 yards. Boy, did we overrate him.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Jack Sawyer, 17 games, 34 tackles, a sack, 4 passes defended, and 2 picks. You know what? That's probably, out of everybody, that was their best player out of this draft. I think I'm going down to a D-.
I think I'm dropping it to an F, my guy. Like, you didn't hit on anybody.
I was close to that. Sawyer might be the only guy that turns out to be something.
Yeah. I still stand by the tag of you did things, but I don't think they were good things at all.
Moving along. Seattle, A.
I gave him a B with a solid picks.
We'll see who's more right. Gray Zabel, offensive guard, round 1. Nick
By the way, I know you can't rate offensive players very well, but he was fucking fantastic.
He was amazing. You cannot rate offensive players real well, but I will say, instead of just being okay, that dude was a stud.
Yeah.
Nick Amonwari, safety, round 2. Elijah Arroyo, tight end, round 2. Jalen Milrow, quarterback, round 3. Riley Mills, defensive tackle, round 5. Torrey Horton, wide receiver, round 5. Robbie Ozitz, tight end, round 5. Bryce Cabledew, offensive tackle, round 6. Damian Martinez, running back, round 7. Mason Richmond, offensive tackle, round 7. Ricky White III, wide receiver, round 7. Ozitz, IR all season. Martinez and White, practice squad all season.
Easy.
As we said, Gray Zabel, stud. Nick Amonwari only got to play 14 games because he started off injured. 81 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 11 passes defended, and a pick.
Yeah, looked really good.
Yeah, he was one of the considerations for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Elijah Arroyo, 13 games, 15 catches, 179 yards, 1 TD, went on IR. Milrow did not take a snap.
Nope.
Riley Mills only played 4 games, 3 tackles, IR.
Yeah.
Torrey Horton played 8 games, 13 catches, 161 yards, 5 tutties, IR.
Yep.
So, again, your first 2 picks, you smashed out of the park.
Yeah.
100%. The rest of it, meh.
The difference here is I think the one pick was really important, which was on their offensive line. And Awarrier was a good safety. I don't think it was like a super like heavily needed. I mean, for them maybe, but so what I'll do is I will upgrade it to a B+ from my B, mostly because I think Gray Zabel is even better than, like, I had him touting as being one of the better players. He's even better than I thought he was going to be. So I will be bringing it up from a B to a B+.
Because everything else in here didn't pan out, I'm going to bring it down to an A-, but what you did hit on was massive.
Yeah. Yep.
Alrighty, the Niners. I gave them a C-.
I gave them a C+.
I think we're pretty close. Michael Williams, edge, round 1. Alfred Collins, defensive tackle, round 2. Nick Martin, linebacker, round 3. Upton Stout, cornerback, round 3. CJ West, defensive tackle, round 4. Jordan Watkins, wide receiver, round 4. Jordan James, running back, round 5. Marquez Siegel, safety, round 5. Curtis Rourke, quarterback, round 7. Connor Colby, offensive guard, round 7. Junior Bergen, wide receiver, round 7. Rourke was on the IR all season. Bergen was on the practice squad all season. We'll talk about this. Michael Williams only played in 9 games before going on the IR. He had 20 tackles, a sack, and a fumble recovery. I don't think he looked great before going on the IR, and you and I were both kind of like, that's a bit of a reach where they took him.
Yep.
Alfred Collins played in 16 games, had 17 tackles, a sack, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and a pass defended. I need to see more. Not impressed.
Yep.
Upton Stout, 16 games, 82 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, and 5 passes defended. For a round 3 cornerback? Okay. I can do that. But that's really the only guy that, in my opinion, made any sort of contribution to the team.
Yep.
I
don't know. I think I'm bringing it down to a C. I mean, literally my tag for it was you guys picked players, and that's kind of what it. I mean, you picked players.
I'm gonna stick with my C-. They picked players. I'm not happy
players.
with it.
They definitely picked players.
Tampa Bay, I gave them a B.
I also gave them a B.
Let's talk about it. Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver, round 1. Benjamin Morrison, cornerback, round 2. Jacob Parrish, cornerback, round 3. David Walker, edge, round 4. Elijah Roberts, edge, round 5. Tez Johnson, wide receiver, round 7. Egbuka, 17 games, 63 catches, 938 yards, 6 tutties. He started hot. He started hot.
He started off hot and then kind of fell a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Morrison did not start the season. He was on IR to start it, but he did get into 10 games, had 26 tackles, 4 passes defended, and a fumble recovery.
Need to see more. I'm not super impressed with that.
Yeah, I'm not either. But Parrish, 17 games, 76 tackles, 7 passes defended, 2 picks, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
David Walker, who was somebody I liked, spent the entire season on the IR.
Yep.
Elijah Roberts, meh. Tez Johnson, 16 games, 28 catches, 322 yards, but 5 of those were for tutties.
Yep, he looked decent. He actually looked pretty decent.
For a round 7 guy, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For round 7, he looked decent.
So overall?
I think I'm sticking with a B.
I think I'm sticking with a B too. That's
it was
right.
good.
It was good. Tennessee, I gave them an A.
I gave him a B+.
Let's talk about it. Cam Ward, quarterback, round 1. Oluwafemi Oladejo, edge, round 2. Kevin Winston Jr., safety, round 3. Chimera Dike, wide receiver, round 4. Gunnar Helm, tight end, round 4. Alec Eomenor, wide receiver, round 4. Jackson Slater, offensive guard, round 5. Marcus Harris, cornerback, round 6. Khalil Mullings, running back, round 6. Ward played all 17 games, 3-14 as a starter, with 323 of 540 for a 59.8% completion rating, 3,169 yards, 15 touchdowns to 7 picks, 39 rushing attempts, 159 yards, and 2 more touchdowns on the ground. That's okay, considering how
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Huh.
Unfortunately for them, Oladejo only managed to play 6 games before he went on IR and got 13 tackles.
Yeah, he didn't impress even before the IR,
No.
and then after the IR didn't help anything.
No. Winston Jr. only played 10 games before IR. 34 tackles, a sack, and 2 passes defended. Not impressive.
Not very impressive, no.
No. DK got 17 games in, 48 catches, 423 yards, and 4 tutties.
Fine.
That's fine. Round 4 receiver. Helm, 16 games, 44 catches, 357 yards, 2 tutties. For a round 4 tight end, okay. Meh. Eomenor, I had higher hopes for this guy. 16 games, 41 catches, 515 yards, and 4 tutties.
You know, honestly, still not bad, but not great.
Not great. That's decent for round 4. I'll take it. Whatever.
Yep.
And the rest of these guys don't even bear mentioning.
I'm kind of still feeling a B, maybe.
I'm bringing myself down to a B from an A.
I think a B still feels good. Like, I was at a B+. I think coming down to a B feels fine.
Yeah.
I thought they would be closer to that A, but they aren't. But they got a lot of good, solid players to work with. There are some that didn't hit out, but I would say overall it's solid.
I agree. And finally, Washington. I gave them a B.
I gave them a B+.
And let's talk about it. Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle, round 1. Trey Amos, cornerback, round 2. Jalen Lane, wide receiver, round 4. Kane Medrano, linebacker, round 6. And Ja'Cory Bill Krosky-Merritt, running back, round 7. I don't know how good Connerly was. I didn't pay that much attention.
Yeah, fine. From what little bit I saw. But I don't know. I didn't pay a lot either.
Trey Amos, sadly, only got in 10 games. He wound up on the IR. 32 tackles, 6 passes defended. Lane also wound up on the IR after 15 games. He had 16 catches for 225 yards. Meh. Medrano, 9 games, 5 tackles, a fumble recovery. But the standout of the draft for these guys, Bill Krosky-Merritt, 17 games, 175 rush attempts, 805 yards, 8 touchdowns, 9 catches, 68 yards.
Yeah, pretty good.
For a 7th-round running back out of Arizona.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to move to a B-, but it's still in the B category.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place.
Connerly and Krosky-Merritt save you from a C.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place. We're bringing it down to a B-. I expected more out of them, to be fair. And the players that stepped up were not the ones I expected. So that's all I got to say about it.
I firmly agree. Could not agree more. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I got nothing else. Oh, wait. I do have one more thing. I have a hockey top 10. Because there won't be any more hockey games until after the Olympics, folks.
Yep.
So these are the final rankings before the Olympics begin. We're going to start at number 10. The Columbus Blue Jackets. 65 points, and they're on a tear. They are 9-1-0 and have won their last 7 straight. They're starting to really get hot. Number 9, the Sabres at 70 points. Number 8, the Bruins at 69 points. Number 7, the Canadiens at 72 points. Number 6, the Penguins, who are like 7-1-1 or 7-2-1 or something over their last 10. 70 points. Dallas Stars, 77 points. They're also really hot to go right now. I want to say they're like 7-2-1. The Colorado Avalanche are 4th with 83 points, and that's because they're like 4-5-1 in their last 10. They're literally coasting now. The Hurricanes, they are at 78 points. The Minnesota Wild, who over their last 10 are 8-1-1, are number 2, and they have 78 points. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 9-0-1 in their last 10, are number 1, and they have 78 points. So that is your hockey top 10. Hopefully that will get you through to the end of the Olympics. Now, we've got a couple of things. We'll probably do our awards show next week. We'll talk about the Super Bowl. We'll do our awards. And then after that, we do have to do our post-season 1-32 power rankings for all the teams.
Right.
So we'll have that coming up down the pipe. We'll probably do a redraft of a draft from 10 years ago. We'll do some looking at rookies. And before the draft, you'll get our mock draft. And we'll probably start seeing us a little bit less post-Super Bowl, just because, there's only so much content we can do. So we'll probably winnow it down to once or twice a month, if that. Probably once a month at bare minimum here. And you'll see us ramp up around draft time, and then it'll come down a little bit, and then once the season picks up again, you'll see us talk about it. Because there's also free agency will be coming up, and so we'll have some stuff to talk about.
Right.
Until then, if you like what we do here, please give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I post these. And we'll see you back here next week on this bearded channel. Believe in yourself over the week. We know that you can do it, right? Put your mind to it. You can accomplish what you want to. Until next time, stay bearded and peace.